Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I know that it's a session after lunch, and generally after lunch, people tend to sleep a little bit, but we will not allow you to sleep today. And we're going to make this a very lively and interesting discussion. So I would encourage others who are just outside this room to come and join us as soon as possible so that you won't miss these sessions. So it's really an honor and pleasure to be here today to discuss the topic of leveraging technology to maximize procurement impact. Now, in today's digital world, it's needless to say that technology plays a critical role in procurement and supply chain management. I can't even overemphasize that. AI-driven analytics are enhancing supplier selection, blockchain ensures transparency, and automation tools streamline operation. Cloud platforms enable global collaboration, while predictive analytics help navigate risks before they disrupt supply chains. These advancements are reshaping public procurement, ensuring taxpayers' money is spent effectively, reducing inefficiencies, and combating corruption. How can we incorporate AI, blockchain, and other technological advancements into achieving and measuring some of the sustainability goals that we also heard in the previous presentations? However, the digital transformation journey presents some challenges like cybersecurity, data integration, and regulatory concerns must be addressed. This is why today's discussion is crucial. By bringing together industry leaders, policymakers, and technology experts, we can find solutions that will shape the future of procurement. And in fact, today's will be a conversation, which will be like a fireplace chat. I will post some questions and the panelists will respond. And we'll make it as interesting as possible. Unfortunately or fortunately, there will be no PowerPoint presentations. This will be a very lively discussion. And that's how we want everyone to get engaged. And please pay attention to the panelists as to what they're saying, right? So let's take this opportunity to rethink outdated practices and embrace technologies that drive smarter, more resilient procurement strategies. On this note, I'm reminded of a blog that I wrote a few years ago titled Rethinking Bidder Qualification in Public Procurement, a Call for Innovation. And some of my colleagues, ex-colleagues from the World Bank who were seated here, they probably know about this blog that I wrote. And I got a lot of comments and remarks and positive ideas flowed into it. But the problem is we have this traditional bidder qualification criteria, especially in large and complex procurements, often fail to predict performance accurately. Pre-qualification based solely on numerical metrics and some documentary evidences that could be fraudulently obtained may not identify reliable firms. In the digital age, we must consider whether AI and data analytics can offer deeper insights, improving the accuracy of selection of pre-qualified bidders and performance predictions. Why do I say this? Because I have seen this in my 40 plus years of experience, and also within the World Bank when I worked for 25 years plus. I could see that many of these so-called pre-qualified bidders, when they got the contract, they were not performing. Maybe they were not performing for various other reasons. But most of those indicators reveal that they were not performing because of their financial constraints, because of capacity constraints, because of other issues that were predominantly due to the private sector issues and not about the public sector issues. Of course, there are issues coming and hurting the private sector from the public sector issues and so on. So I think this is where I take this opportunity to challenge the MDBs, multilateral development banks, and invite the panelists to share their insights and guidance on how can we incorporate AI and new technologies into selecting suppliers. I mean, we also heard about selecting suppliers using technology on different platforms. These are all day-to-day consumable goods and so on and so forth. But I'm talking about the large infrastructure projects where some of them go wrong because of wrong supplier selection, despite a very good pre-qualification. So now let me outline the format of our panel discussion. I will pose a general question to all the panelists and their respective responses, right? Followed by specific questions. And in fact, the general question will take about 4 minutes for each panelist. I'll come to that a little bit later. A specific question to the panelists, that will be about 50 minutes. There are 2 specific questions, which will cover about 12 minutes per panelist, which is 6 minutes per question. And then followed by audience questions, which I'll receive and the panelists will respond. And I will then summary, conclusion, and vote of thanks. So now I'm delighted to introduce our esteemed panelists who will share their valuable insights on this transformation. First, Shri Praveen Kumar is the Managing Director of the Dedicated Freight Corridor Corporation of India. He is an innovative thinker and a visionary leader with over 3 decades of experience. He has many firsts to his credit and has been instrumental in managing and implementing Dedicated Freight Corridor Corporation's mega railway infrastructure projects, enhancing freight transportation efficiency while driving strategic partnership with industry leaders. Second, I would like to invite Sri Satya Narayan Meena, who is on immediate left, has over 24 years of experience across key ministries and is currently additional CEO and CFO of GEM, overseeing financial operations, business strategy, along with collaboration with industry stakeholders, including fintech and business development. He previously led major multimodal transport projects at Indian Railways. He's also a celebrated sports person, represented India in various international marathons, including the 2019 Boston Marathon and 20th Asian Masters Athletic Championships in China. So we have huge representations from athletics to technology to blockchain and everything. So we will also hear from him. How did he apply AI and blockchain in his marathon winnings? Next to Mr. Meena is Srimati Rama Devi Lanka, the Director of Emerging Technologies at the Information Technology, Electronics and Communication of the Government of Telangana. She played a key role in establishing centers of excellence in AI, cybersecurity, e-waste, and additive manufacturing. She has shaped key initiatives in AI, blockchain, and cybersecurity, fostering innovation through projects like the Agri Data Exchange Platform. Srimati Lanka has received prestigious awards, including the Digital India Award from the Honorable President of India and the Women Achievers Award from the Government of Telangana. Her pioneering work in AI earned her recognition as one of the Women in AI by Google. So give her a big hand, please. Today, Shri G.V. Satya Kumar, the Managing Director for the Center for Railway and Information Systems, Ministry of Railways, could not join us. In his place, we have the honor of having Mr. Rajiv Kad, the General Manager of the Center for Railway Information Systems, KRIS in short. Mr. Rajiv Kad is an accomplished professional with extensive experience in the transportation, trucking, and railroad industry. He has demonstrated expertise in freight contract management, supply chain management, and overall transportation operations. Mr. Kad is currently serving as the General Manager with KRIS. With a strong academic foundation from IIT Roorkee and Indian Institute of Public Administration, he brings both technical and administrative expertise to his work. So please join me in giving our esteemed panelists a resounding round of applause to start with, so that they get the energy from you transferred here, and this energy is going to transfer to you. And I really thank you and look forward to an engaging discussion. As I said that I'm going to pose this general question to the panelists. I'm going to go there. We will benefit from their diverse perspectives. We're going to talk about their respective diverse perspectives. You would have heard, right? We have 2 perspectives for number 6 and number 9. So it all depends on where you stand. If you stand here and look at number 6, it's going to be number 9. And if you stand here, it's going to be number 6. So similarly, they will have their respective perspectives. And it's so important for all of us to learn about the respective perspectives and not just the one-sided vision or version of somebody says this. So it will be extremely interesting for us to listen to their perspectives. Let me go back and then ask the first general question, which I would address it to Mr. Praveen Kumar first. So, Mr. Praveen Kumar, there is a general perception that governments and public sector are slow in adopting cutting-edge technology, and that's again a general question which is posed online now on the screen. What are your views on this as far as public procurement is concerned with your extensive experience in mega projects? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Krish. The question is very, very important to explain me what is my understanding about this, whether this government officials are very slow in adopting the technology. Now, I would give the example of dedicated freight corridor. Dedicated freight corridor in totality is about 1,24,000 crores of work, and 1,02,000 crore is basically public procurement. And unless we are very advanced in procuring the high-tech technology, I don't think that the purpose of making dedicated freight corridor will be served. While procuring, we have adopted many high-tech technology, and one or two example I would like to give before the audience. One technology for track laying. Track laying, we have made the part of our procurement policy that unless we make this track laying automatic, our progress would be very, very slow. And this is not sustainable. We have included this track laying technology in our procurement. Apart from that, many other technology like we have used the automatic block sectioning. We have used the canted turnouts. These are the very advanced technology that we have thought before we go for the tendering process. We had a very, very detailed discussions with our funding like JICA, like World Bank, because this DFC is being funded by JICA, Western corridor is being funded by JICA, and Eastern by World Bank. So their standard bidding documents are there, and their understanding about the procurement, because we are doing a international contracting. This is not a local contract. That is why we wanted that we should leverage the understanding gained by JICA and World Bank in making our procurement so specific, so technological intensive, that once the procurement is in place, agencies are in place, the time given for completion of the project should be minimum. That is why we have used very high technology in procurement process. And you are seeing the video that we are now already 96.4% complete. And I would say that in 4 to 5 years, we already completed all the projects, right from tendering and procurement and implementation, barring a few patch which is now near Bombay, which is not completion. So my view is that government is not very slow in adopting the technology, and DFC is one of the best example in this regard. Thank you.
So you are, Mr. Praveen Kumar, you're saying that even in the mega projects that you have undertaken, you have incorporated the technology into it.
Yes, yes.
How can you explain just what is the technology that you're using?
Yes, I already explained that. You know that railway is a very complex projects. Railway, when we make the railway project right from the scratch, it is basically amalgamation of the civil engineering, signaling and telecommunications, electrical engineering. All these things are very complex and everything has to be integrated. Now, one of the very intensive aspect of this laying the track of any railway project is basically laying the track. In the laying of the track, if we use it manually, it is very difficult to progress because we have laid about 3,000 route kilometer, about 6,000 track kilometer we have to lay. If we are totally dependent upon the manual method, it will take years together. Only in one day, hardly 200 meters, 300 meters track can be laid. While we are using this intensive technology, high technology, we have imported from USA and Austria. Then by using these machines, we can lay the track in one day, about 3 to 4 kilometers. You see the pace of the project. So these are some of the very small example of the usage of the high technology in dedicated freight corridor.
Thank you. So my understanding is that you incorporate this technology while procuring those equipment.
Yes.
So you think through that in advance.
Yes, we have already thought that what are the various technologies available world over. And we have selected those technology and we have incorporated in our procurement strategy.
Thank you, Mr. Praveen Kumar. Now I turn to Srimati Rama Devi Lanka. The same question. There is a general perception that governments and public sector are slow to adopt cutting-edge technology. What are your views on this as far as public procurement is concerned? You have long years of experience in technology, different modes, blockchain, you have the cybersecurity and so on. So we would like to hear your perspectives.
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. I thank IMA, the World Bank, and Government of India for having me here today. Well, I do agree with you, in terms of like government is a bit slow, I would say, in adopting technology. Now it's a bit slow, but a couple of decades earlier, in the 80s and 90s, government was totally reluctant, I would say, to adopt technology. In the late 90s, however, I represent the state of Telangana, which is earlier, a united state. It's called Andhra Pradesh. So in the late 90s, government started adopting technology, but the focus was on improving service delivery to citizens or enhance service delivery. And we have actually, computerized all these services that are offered by the government, made it online. And that worked really well. And most of the states then followed that model. Today, I don't think any of us have to go to a department to pay our utility bills or even get services like, birth certificate, death certificate, whatever it is. Or even you can, at least in Telangana, you can apply for a driver's license online. And all of us are aware of the passport service, right? So the focus of the government or the priority of the government was to use technology to enhance service delivery. Once they did that, rather than governance, I would say. After doing that, we moved to procurement, how do we actually computerize e-procurement? And again, I would say that then erstwhile AP or the Andhra Pradesh government was the first one to make, procurement or to build this e-procurement system. This was in the early 2000s. And today we are seeing the benefits, more number of places. Then every state government followed suit. So first, the priority is for the citizen services and then towards governance and again procurement. So the same approach we have followed even for cutting edge technologies. We have been working on emerging technologies or cutting edge technologies for the last, I would say, 6 to 7 years. We have set up an emerging technologies wing to focus only on these frontier technologies. And what we did was, again, we focused on very critical problem areas like death due to accidents is one of the biggest, problem that India is facing today. Even the Honorable Prime Minister also was talking about it. So we actually used AI devices to reduce accidents. The second one, we use it in agriculture, and all of us know, agriculture is a priority sector for the government for India as well as for the state of Telangana. So we use several AI technologies, AI solutions to increase farmers' production, agriculture production, productivity and profitability. And when we carried out the impact analysis, there was 20% increase of profit to farmers. Of course, we couldn't double the farmers' income, but that's a different story. So such kind of solution, mental wellness, we are using it right now, to help students, young children or the parents to gauge whether the child is using substance, so these are the kind of solutions we are using emerging technologies to solve problems. Now we have done that. We understand how technology works. Now we are focusing on governance, and procurement is one of the areas that now we have. There are very some interesting use cases where we can actually use AI, blockchain, for procurement. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Srimati Lanka. I hear from you that technology has enhanced service delivery from your perspective. Now, I just want to prod a little bit more on if you can explain to the audience what we mean by cutting edge technology. We talk about technology in general. To many in the audience or even in the public at large, technology in procurement, people start only talking about e-procurement, electronic government procurement. Now, I don't think we should stop at that stage, right? There are a lot of other things. We're going to come to that in our next level of questions. But if you can explain what the definition of cutting edge technology is, in your view.
Sure. Since we have set up a division itself for cutting edge technologies called emerging technologies, and again, I'm not defining what emerging technologies or cutting technologies here, but what we did was when we set up the division, we did a secondary research, a consultative exercise to identify what are the technologies that comprise of cutting edge or emerging tech. And we identified 6 technologies: AI, blockchain, cloud, drones. The other one was AR, VR. I'm not able to recollect all the 8 ones. So, but again, we also said in that initial policy document that these are not cast on stone. As you know, technology is changing rapidly. So, as and when a technology comes, that we actually adopt. So, we believe that these technologies, as you all of us know, are impacting every sector, including the private sector. So, also it will impact the government sector. That is the reason. I mean, these are the technologies that we have identified as cutting edge technologies.
Thank you
Yes.
very much for your response. Now I move to Mr. Satya Narayan Meena. I'm going to pose the same question. You have the question, right? So you can go ahead and respond. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Chris, for giving me this opportunity. I am here representing Government e-Marketplace along with my colleague and fellow officer, Mr. Rajiv Srivastava, additional CEO and Chief Buying Officer. He is along with my team. Yes, when it is a general belief that in government processes are very slow. But once this question comes to public procurement in India, I beg to differ. And when I'm saying this, I have a reason. So just let's check the reality check. Now, before government e-marketplace, we used to have a centralized system that is called DGSND, Director General of Supply and Dispose, where so much manual intervention used to be there, silos buying used to be there, then so much administrative overheads, and there was always a risk of collusion and manual rates negotiation. And after inception and of government e-marketplace, let's talk about the numbers. Government e-marketplace, it is having 1.60 lakhs buyers from various ministries, organizations and its states, 96 lakhs registered sellers across all segments, and more than 11,000 product categories covering approximately 19 lakhs products, and 330 plus services. The moment I'm mentioning about services, you can just imagine the kind of services this platform is offering, that approximately 1 lakh pairs, Samvik Vivah. We might have heard about this concept during various conversation of our social conversation, but recently government of UP has done the procurement of Samvik Vivah more than, on all district by using GEM public procurement portal. So we can just understand how this platform is enabling and what is the impact. The impact is, you'll be here to amaze that after 2016-17 inception of government e-marketplace, within the 7 to 8 years itself, GEM has already processed more than 2.5 crores of orders, having gross merchandise value of 12 lakhs crore. This speaks a volume. This speaks a result, and this is the reason I beg to differ that in India, public procurement process is slow. We are able to, and we are able to achieve it because of use of technology and this end-to-end digital process from registration to all process are digitized and till seller's payment. Each and every process has been digitized. Then we are using AI-powered chatbot system, analytics tool, and these are one of the industries, one of its kind and first. And we are also using GEM AR/VR tools where a buyer can have a real-time experience by seeing and experiencing 3D models of various products. So we are not limiting. And once I will put these data to the global diaspora, these are, if we talk about globally, 3 top public procurement market, then CONEPS of South Korea is little ahead of us. That is 63 billion. And now, right now, we are doing GMV of 50 billions. And GBase of Singapore is way below us. But the biggest point is that CONEPS Korea was established in 2000. And we are only 7 to 8 years. And we are expecting that within a year or so, we'll surpass all the global procurement and platform. And marketplace is the only feature which is available with GEM. So with such kind of technical intervention and adaptation, we are leading this thing. So I can say that in India, public procurement is taking a pace.
So you're saying public procurement basically is adopting technology, cutting edge technology. That's your experience from GEM, which is fantastic to hear. Of course, there is a lot more to do in terms of the major procurements
Yes.
and so on, public sector infrastructure. Those things don't go through GEM. So we will hear the other perspectives as well from other speakers. So thank you very much, Mr. Meena. Now I'm turning to Mr. Rajiv Kad. I have the same question. The question, I'll repeat it. There is a general perception that government and the public sector are slow to adopt cutting-edge technology. What are your views on this as far as public procurement is concerned? And you've been a general manager in CRIS, which is a Center for Railway Information Systems, and leading the information systems, you will have a different perspective. So we would like to hear your views.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, IMA and World Bank, for giving me this opportunity to be seated here. The question itself is incomplete, I would say. Are the governments and the public sector slow to adopt cutting-edge technology? With whom are we comparing? No, with whom are we comparing, I'm saying. With respect to whom are we slow? I don't think so. As a public procurement professional in railways, I may not fully agree with the statement that we are slow in adopting cutting-edge technologies. The world of technology is changing so fast, and we want to adapt it. Every day we want to adapt to new technologies. We all want it. But the paradigm is, the more we get it, the more we feel short of it. Online shopping, social media overload, online deliveries, a few examples. The first time when we place an order, we are overwhelmed. We are so happy with the service that we are getting. I remember when my children were placing orders online, I used to stop them. Why are you wasting money? Why are you paying extra money to them, to the service providers? But today itself, I received 3 packages from Amazon. What happens is, gradually when you use to technology, you again want more. Now, if a delivery is delayed by 5 minutes, what happens? We start panicking. 30 minutes are over. What do we do? So, the pace of technology is so mind-boggling. It changes so fast. What has happened a few days ago? As we were warming up to ChatGPT AI, DeepSeek, a small company, rattled the world. We were thinking that AI is something very huge. billions of dollars are required to adopt this technology. And suddenly what has happened? A small company has shown that it's not billions, it can be millions of rupees. Coming back to the government. Government also is trying to do its best. Whatever best within the means, within the budgets we are doing. I think we are not compromising anywhere. We are not doing anything which should feel short of expectations of the public. In terms of public procurement, they say we are giving so many facilities to the bidders. We are giving online bidding systems. We are giving online payments. We are giving online receipts, deliveries. Every information is available at their doorstep now. Earlier, the vendors used to come to our offices, even to put their bids, to get orders, to get amendments. Now what is happening? They are sitting in their offices. Everything is coming to them. But still, are they satisfied? No. They still want more. Indian Railways has been a pioneer in the electronic procurement system. Incidentally, I was lucky enough in 2006 when the tender for starting e-procurement system was floated by Northern Railway. And I was the one who drafted the tender. And I was also a member of the technical committee, TC tender committee. And we decided the tender. It was totally a blank area. So I would say we were cutting the edge at that time. So were we adopting cutting edge technology at that time? We didn't know. We were totally blind. We were just experimenting. We were just going ahead because computerization was taking place and we had to go ahead. We had to adopt new things. Indian Railways has always been proactive in adopting these technologies in its procurement systems, especially in the procurement systems. But the question is, are we slow? But we have to understand what are the challenges that we face in public procurement. And only then we can appreciate the changes that we do, the efforts that we put in. First of all, we are using public money. You cannot compare a private sector and a public sector because public money has to be utilized judicially in a transparent manner. You have to be fair, you have accountable. It is a taxpayer money and you have to have accountability of every penny that you spend. Can we float a tender without specifications? Can we say कि मुझे जो है खाली Oracle का software चाहिए? We can't do that. We have to have general specifications. We have to show that we are giving, not only show, we have to have such specifications, general specifications, that everybody who is into that field can participate in the tender and give us competitive rates. We have to float open tenders. Minimum times have to be given. We just can't say that tomorrow we are going to open the tender. Minimum timelines have to be hard set by the government. We have to follow those procedures. Public procurement system is not designed for innovation, I would say.